A brand new Alto K10. Simple, small and cheerful, and right now the cheapest car you can buy in India. Prices start at 5.31 lakhs and go all the way up to 7.87 lakhs depending on the variant and whether you prefer a manual or an AMT gearbox. Now for that money you get a compact car, a small 1-litre 3-cylinder petrol engine and even an infotainment screen. Well, sure, not the biggest and quickest and most responsive of them, but it is still there. But when we stop being proud and emotional about only buying a new car and look at the used car options, you notice something strange. The entry-level car market in India is over-regulated, almost too much. Take the Alto again. It now comes with 6 airbags as standard. That's like adding a full-faced helmet and pads on someone going for a morning walk. So today, let's take a sensible look at your used car options from 5 brands. All of them safer, larger, more practical and much more value for money. But first, here are some basic rules. The car must be still on sale in India. It must cost between 5 and 7.5 lakhs. It must have done less than 30,000 kilometers and be under 5 years old. And finally, it must have had only one owner. Now I would love to show you screenshots from Spinny and Cars24, but I'm still not 100% sure if that's legal. So I've noted sample prices from Bangalore, but in your city, things may be a little different. And before we begin, a big thank you to the first 1,000 subscribers of this channel. Your support means a lot. The next goal is 2,000 subs. So if you haven't already done it, please hit the subscribe button and join the Car Stats family. Alright, let's start off with Hyundai, and you will be able to find a Grand i10 Neos for under 7.5 lakhs and as young as a 2023 model. Most of these will have a manual gearbox and if you're lucky, an AMT too, but also 6 airbags, a 1.2-litre 4-cylinder petrol engine and a far better interior than what you'll find in an Alto. It will also be more stable on the highway and generally feel like a proper car, not just limited for city use. Sometimes you may even spot an extra or a base model i20 in this range. The i20 though may only come with a manual gearbox at this price, but it's still a very solid pick. Next up, we have something very popular, or should I say unpopular, the WagonR ZXi AMT variant. It's not very exciting to look at, but this version comes with a larger engine, alloy wheels and a very tall cabin with lots of space. More importantly, this car, believe it or not, has the best power to weight ratio for cars under 10 lakhs in our country right now. And I'm not even kidding. You can actually click on this link and watch that video. You can find a ZXi WagonR with an AMT gearbox for about 6.6 to 6.8 lakhs and it will be great for city use and great for your family too. Alright, let's now see what Renault and Nissan cars you can find in the used market for under 7.5 lakhs. The Renault Triber is actually an MPV with 3 rows of seats and can seat a minimum of 6 people. It runs on a 1-litre 3-cylinder petrol engine just like the Alto, but slightly more powerful. The manual variant of the Triber will cost you about 6.8 lakhs, but for about 7.2 lakhs you can also find an AMT variant of this car. Now, along with the Triber, I'm also including the Renault Kiger. It is a compact SUV and if you don't mind skipping the turbo variant, you'll find a used one in your budget and you may even find an AMT variant. And if the Kiger doesn't suit your style, look at the Nissan Magnite. It's basically the same car underneath with different looks and a Nissan badge. Alright, now let's talk about Tata Motors and you have 3 strong options here. The Tiago, the Altroz and the Tata Punch. Let's start with the Punch. It has a 1.2-litre petrol engine. Yes, still 3 cylinders, but it's 200cc more than the Alto. That's like an Alto plus a Bajaj Pulsar. It also has an excellent ground clearance of 187 mm which is great for Indian roads. A used Punch from about 2022 or 2023 will cost you about 6.8 to 7.2 lakhs. But if you prefer a smaller hatchback, the Tiago is very easy to find, reliable and safe. And if you want a premium looking hatchback, the Altroz is an excellent option. All of them will feel strong and solid and are very well rated for safety. But if you ask me, go for something with very few electronics on board, because that will keep things simple and reliable for you in the short and long term. Alright, at number 1, the brand I recommend the most is Honda, and more specifically the Jazz and the Amaze. But since the Jazz is discontinued, let's talk about the Amaze. It comes with Honda's 1.2 liter iV-Tech petrol engine, smooth, reliable, and if you can take care of it, this engine will outlast anything else on this list. And since the Amaze is still in production, service and spares will be easy on your pocket. Used prices are usually around 7 to 7.5 lakhs for a manual Amaze. I mean, if you can stretch it and you really want a CVT, you will find one at about 7.5 to 8 lakhs, but avoid the CVT at all costs. Firstly, it's not as fun as the manual gearbox. Secondly, it is going to be a pain in the wrong area if something goes wrong. Honda won't even fix it for you. They will just plonk in a new CVT, and that is going to be expensive. Alright, so I've just given you 10 used alternatives instead of stupidly putting your money on a brand new Alto K10. And amongst all these options, I think the Amaze would be something I'd put my money on. But what would you do? I know this isn't an exhaustive list, so let me know in the comments below. I hope you found this video helpful, and please share this video with someone who you think will find it helpful. Thank you for watching Car Stats, and I'll see y'all in the next video.